so I thought I'd restart everything. Thank you for joining this Pointe bar. This is for beginners and improvers. We're going to just stay at the bar today. We're not going to come into the centre. So you'll just need a bar. If you don't have a bar, you can use like a chair or a countertop to hold on to. Just make sure it's roughly waist height. And you want your pointe shoes on. And you'll get more out of this class if you've done your own warm-up, preferably like a full bar on demi-pointe. But don't worry if you haven't, we're going to do our own quick little warm-up to get the feet ready. And as always, we have music from Nate Fifield, and today is his Disney hits. Let me check, which one is it? Volume 2. He always does such great music. I'll put a link to his work in case you're interested. So, let's start with feet in parallel. And we're going to, if you are used to my pointe bars, we're going to do a slightly different structure today. Today it's going to have more of the structure of a regular ballet class. So we're going to be doing our warm-up, plies, tondus, glisses, and then of course I'll add in some releves and a chappies and some susus and things that are a bit more pointe orientated. So feet in parallel, let's start with our warm-up. Take a moment to find your posture. That's glutes activated, backs of the legs wrapping round, abs nice and strong, rib cage closed, shoulders down and neck long. We have 4 pony trots with straight legs. So you're going to lift your right leg onto pointe, rise, switch, rise and 3, rise up and 4. Then we do the same with a bend. I'll go on a slight diagonal, you can see. So both knees bend, and I'm really stretching over this foot here. Rise and stretch, 3 and 4. Lower down. Then we're going to roll up through the feet. So you bend, keep the heels down, stretch the Achilles, lift the heels, go on to full pointe. And now try and keep that platform of the pointe shoe flat on the floor as you stretch your knees. And roll down. And then we reverse, up, bend, stretch over both feet, heels down. And from here we're going to open the feet in first position. We Tondu front, side, back, then plie, other leg, front, side, back, demi-plie. We have a big stretch with the right arm, keep the neck long and the shoulders down. Then we're going to turn the legs into parallel fourth. You can add a little twist here if you like, and reach forwards into a hamstring stretch. Then tuck in your chin, roll up, and we'll do the same with the left arm. Sideways port de bras, pivot that back foot, optional twist, hamstring stretch, keep the hips square. So square means try not to open out the hips here, keep the hip bones facing down to the floor, roll up. Feet in parallel, then I'm going to bring one foot over the top, like this, pointe shoe touching the floor. Bend your back knee into your calf muscle, so you've got both knees facing forwards here, until you feel a stretch at the top of your foot. And we don't want a sickle here, so the stretch should be over the big toe. We push back into a calf stretch. We do the same on the other side. So push over the big toe, push back into a calf stretch. Open to first position, and we're going to go plie, roll up, hold on, stretch, and then this is up to you. If you're happy holding onto the bar and you just want to focus on keeping the ankles still and keeping the feet pushing over the shoe, just stay, hold on with 2 hands, or you can challenge yourself. So maybe you just go for the tips of the fingers touching, maybe just the baby fingers, maybe 1 hand off, or if you're feeling really confident today, 2 hands off. When you're on pointe, it's crucial that you don't sickle. This is super dangerous. Sickling on pointe can mean you rock off pointe and potentially, twist your ankle. So you want to stay right over the big toes, like this. And then of course, a nice strong core, that posture that we found during our warm-up. Okay, let's try all of that with the music. I will shout it out as we go along. 4 pony trots. Right, rise, left. Stay pulling tall through the spine. 3 and 4. Same with the bend. 1, long neck, 2 and the knees. Lower down through the demi-point. I'll go on a little diagonal so you can see. We rise up now. Bend over the feet. Heels down. Rotate. Tondu. Lead with the heel. Go through the demi-point. And back. Knees over toes. No rolling here. Left leg front. And side. Keep your hips lifted. Open the knees. Right arm. Stretch. And twist. Forward stretch. Roll up. Same on the left. Twist. Forwards. And bringing that right foot over, stretching the top of the foot. Keep your posture. Push back into a calf stretch. And the left leg. 2, 3, 4. Push back. 5, 6, 7, 8. Plie. Open the feet. Squeeze the glutes. Lift the hips. And roll up onto point. Keep the knees bent. Now stretch over the shoe as you stretch those knees. Balance. Keep our ankles really still and the weight over the big toes. And a plie, stretch to finish. Great, okay, let's move on to some plies now. We have When You Wish Upon a Star. So feet in first position. Every time we plie, it's really important we're not rolling at all. See, as you can see here, my knees are no longer over my feet, and my baby toes have lifted off the floor, and my arches are rolling inwards. So we want to do the opposite. Open up the knees, keep the knees going directly over the toes, baby toes stuck on the floor, and then arches lifted. So don't force your toe out in your demi-plie. Find a more natural position that's going to mean you can still respect your technique. So we have demi and stretch, demi and stretch. Tondu right, demi-plie, tondu left, demi-plie stretch. And we have a grand plie. Really important now that you check your technique the whole time. Heels back into the floor. And we rise up, roll through the feet, heels down. Tondu to a small second, quite a narrow second, because when you go up on point, the point shoes are going to make your feet a bit longer. So your second position on point will be wider than normal. So just keep it a little smaller. We go again, 2 demi-plies, keep your posture, it won't be this fast. We're going to transfer the weight, point the right foot, plie, go through the demi-point, transfer, go through the demi-point, and stretch. Grand plie, the heels stay down in your grand plie, and stretch. And we rise up, keep over the big toes, heels down. We close the right foot front. Demi-plie, stretch, demi-plie, stretch. And we have a releve. Oh, there we go. Demi-plie, stretch, grand plie. And back up. Then we have a plie, releve, and hold. Plie, releve, emboîté, lower down. Same on the other leg. Plie, stretch, demi-plie, stretch, grand plie. And a plie, releve, hold. Plie, releve, emboîté. So always the front leg going to the back. Then squeeze that tight fifth of the feet. And your choice whether you take both hands off, one hand off, just have the fingers touching. Make sure you take a balance with both feet in front and that your weight stays on the big toes. So no baby toe action here, all on the big toes. And then as we lower down, don't just come down any old how. You're going to slide the front leg across until you reach your third or fifth position. So all of the weight is on my back leg, my front leg is nice and light, and roll down on that back leg, sliding the front one. Okay, let's try our plies with the music. Feet in first position. Coming up nice and tall. Off we go. And demi-plie. Check that the knees are really opening, baby toes are on the floor. Pointe, plie, Tondu, plie, stretch, grand. Heels back down onto the floor. Rise up, roll through the feet, heels down, Tondu to a small second. Demi-plie, stretch, demi-plie, stretch, shift the weight, point the right foot, plie, point the left foot, plie, stretch, grand plie. Good, and now rise up, stay on the big toes, roll through, close the right leg front, and demi-plie, stretch, demi-plie, stretch, grand plie. 1, 2, 3, 4. We releve. Squeeze the feet together. Hold. Squeeze the glutes. And one more releve. Plie. Releve. Swap the feet. Slide down. And again. Demi-plie. Stretch. Demi-plie. Stretch. Grand plie. Open the knees. Keep the toe back. Releve, plie, squeeze the feet together, hold, and a plie releve, envoûté, front leg goes to the back, and now we test our balance. Try with the right foot front, try with the left foot front, and lower down. Great, and relax. Give the feet a shake if you need to. We're going to have a look at some Batman Tondus now. So starting in first position, we're going to do our Tondus to the front, side, back, and then we'll swap leg. So starting with the right leg, we have Tondu close to first. Every time I Tondu the leg away from my supporting side, I lead with the heel to go forwards, and then I lead with the toes to pull back. So we have lead with the heel, lead with the toes, lead with the heel, close to fifth position or third position. Then we have a releve and roll down. We go to the side, Tondu to first and Tondu to close behind to fifth. And we have a Tondu lunge, stretch over this foot. So you don't want to be crispy, you don't want to be contracting the foot at all, really stretch. Pointe, close to first, to the back. Tondu to first. We lead with the toes, we lead with the heel. Rise up, roll down and to the side. Tondu to first. Tondu, this time it closes front. Tondu, lunge, pointe, back to first. Same on the other leg. Plie, releve, roll down. One to first, one close behind, one lunge. Same to the back, same to the side, and then we're just going to roll up through the shoes again and test our balance once more to finish before relaxing in a demi-plie. Off we go with our Tondus, feet in first position. Ready? Starting with the right foot, lead with the heel. Tondu, first, Tondu, fifth, releve. Roll down, come down with control to the side, close back, stretch, close to first, and to the back, close behind, releve, roll down, to the side, close to first, close front plie, and a lunge. Close back to first, left leg, Tondu, first, Tondu, plie, releve, roll down, to the side, Tondu to first, Tondu close behind, releve, and pull up tall as you lower down, Sorry, that was supposed to be a lunge, excuse me. So focused on that nice control of the descent. Releve, roll down, and now we've got our lunge. Tondu to first. Tondu close front. And Tondu, let's go for an extra long stretch to make up for it. And plie. Roll through the feet. Lift the hips, nice strong core. And your choice of balance. Relax. Lovely. Okay, we're going to have a look at some Glisees now. Feet in first. We have first and plie. First and plie. Front and back. And a front and a back. And a first plie. And first plie. First plie. Front tight fifth. Back tight fifth. Front and back and plie. Now we're going to repeat everything again. And it's your choice whether you want to take the arms off to really check your balance and your core strength, or you could even just have, maybe one baby finger on the bar and the other hand off. Your choice, you can adapt it as you like, but the second time around should be challenging. So whatever you do, make sure you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. So 2 in first, the third is a plie. 2 in first, the third is a plie. Tight fifth, without letting the hips push forward, so we're lifted here. Tight fifth, tight back, and a quick plie. Same on the other side, and then we've got our second time round that's more challenging. Off we go, nice dynamic feet really pointing through the shoes. Off we go. Right leg. Squeeze the plie and tight fifth, front, back, squeeze. 1, 2, squeeze. 1, 2, squeeze. Tight fifth, and front, back, first. Optional, hands off. It's hard, but good for you. Close front, close back, and front, back, first. Other side. 1, 2, feel that opposite side coming round. Close front, close back, front, back, first. No, oh yes, and a balance. Let's add our balance. And optional hands off. Challenge yourself, maybe you want to take one arm or even both arms to fifth. And relax. Lovely. Let's look at some releves now. Great, feet in first position. We have plie releve, push over the shoe, make sure you're on the big toes. Plie releve. One quick eleve, and eleve is a rise with straight legs. One releve. Now we're going to move to second position, but we're going to do it through an échappé. So plie échappé, and that counts as your first releve. Plie releve. One eleve, bring those heels forward. One releve. One releve. Sorry, that's the timing. Then we close to fifth. Plie releve. Plie releve, up, out, close behind, plie releve, and up, out, close behind. So you've got your 2 releves in fifth with the right foot front and a petit développé, 2 releves in fifth with the left foot front and a petit développé. And you've probably travelled far away from the bar, so you might just want to step forwards whilst we take our balance. So that tight fifth position, don't let the back leg turn in or rock off the platform of the shoe. So rotate and stay on that big toe. Tight fifth, legs squeezing together, hands off, and really focus the eyes to help you keep your balance. So we have 2 releves in first, a quick eleve and a quick releve. Plie and Chappies to second, and a releve. One quick eleve, one quick releve. Plie releve fifth, and a petit développé. Same with the left leg front. And we balance. Off we go with the music. Feet in first. Plie, push, eleve, releve. Plie, échappé. arms come off. Keep those ankles super still. Tight fit position, squeezing the feet together. Swap the feet over. Strong core, focus your eyes. And let's lower down like we did before into a nice fifth. Good, give the legs a shake if they need it. Okay, we've got some Chappies next. And we have feet in fifth. Starting in fourth, we go Chappie fourth. And a rise. Chappie second, change the feet. And a rise. Chappie fourth. And a rise. Hand off if you can. Put it back down. Or both hands off. Hold, put them down. And then we go again. Fourth, releve fifth. Second, change the feet. Releve fifth. Fourth, releve fifth. Test yourself. And then slide back down to finish. Off we go. Nice and simple with these Chappies today. Right foot front. Fourth, second, fourth. With releve fifths in between. And fourth, fifth. Second, change the feet. Fifth. Fourth, fifth. Test yourself. And fourth, fifth. Fourth. The second, change the feet. Fifth. Fourth. Change the fifth. Test yourself. That front foot down, hands off. Good, relax. Give the legs a stretch or a shake if they need it. So we have one last exercise. Excuse me. We're going to do some Susus and some pas de bourrées. And you can choose whether you do normal pas de bourrées or if you do pas de bourrée piqués. So pas de bourrée piqués, we also call them picked up pas de bourrées. And I'll just show you the difference. So with our pointe shoes on, a normal pas de bourrée will start in a coupé derrière. Your back leg crosses and it steps back. The front leg opens and steps to the side. And the back leg now replaces it and comes front. That's your normal pas de bourrée, behind, side, front, and you can repeat this. So you go back to your coupé, behind, side, front. A picked up pas de bourrée is a little different. You start in your coupé. As you place that back foot down, you pick up the front foot into coup de pied devant. So your big toe tries to touch your ankle bone. You place this down in a sort of first position. You pick up the back leg to coup de pied devant again, and you slide that foot down. And you could repeat this. So you start in your coupé, it comes to the front of the ankle, to the front of the ankle, and close. So your choice, whether you do a normal pas de bourrée or a pas de bourrée piqué. I'll do one of each. I'll do normal pas de bourrée on the first side, pas de bourrée piqué on the second side. So we start with feet in fifth, and we're going to do a Susu. So we fondu to the front, check this supporting leg isn't rolling or twisting, and squeeze the feet together on point. Now we're going to use the back leg, and careful that the front leg doesn't immediately turn in. So keep your hips lifted, push that heel forwards, and squeeze. Then we coupé that back leg, and we have a slow pas de bourrée to change the feet, and you stay on point. Then we go front leg again and squeeze. Back leg and squeeze. Coupé. And then you have your normal pas de bourrée or your pas de bourrée piqué to finish. And then just to finish off this exercise, we're going to test our balance this time in fourth position. So this is fourth crossed. The legs are squeezing together. There's no gaps between the legs at all. And your weight is right between both feet. So we're not favouring one leg over the other. It's quite hard to feel your turnout in fourth position, so you're going to have to work extra hard to rotate the legs in the hip socket. And then we'll make sure we do both sides. You'll also notice that the back leg You can't have the baby toes down, otherwise it will sickle. So you're going to need to push your weight onto the big toe here, on that back leg. And actually, to be fair, on the front leg, you'll need to really push onto the big toe as well. It's just because it's front, the platform of the shoe will stay stuck on the floor. Even though, as you can see, I've got a slightly winged foot here. So that would be a straight foot, and that's slightly winged. So the result of that is to keep the platform on the floor, whereas the back leg, the platform comes off the floor, but in a good way. That would be in a bad way, if that makes sense. If that doesn't make sense, drop me a comment and I'll elaborate further. So that's our balance. We hold our balance in fourth position. And then, as always, slide that foot down to a nice plie to finish. Okay, let's have feet in fifth, right foot front. Susu with the right leg. Present the heel. Squeeze, hold. Back leg. Tondu, squeeze, hold. We coupe. The leg goes behind, it goes side, it goes front. Hold your position. Same with the left leg. Tondu, front, squeeze the feet. And the back leg, heel comes forwards. We coupe. All paddle right, all paddle right, piqué. Tight fifth position, we open to fourth. Hands off. I'll show you from the side. So you should be about here. Close the feet to fifth and swap over. Keep your hip bones facing the front so there's no twisting. Close to fifth, let's bring the right foot front. And slide to come down. Good. Let's just do a little calf stretch here. Hold 4, 3, 2, swap over, 4, 3, 2, and relax. Good work. Well, that concludes our class for today. Thank you so much for joining. I hope you enjoyed the class. If you do have any questions at all, please comment below. And if you're a My Ballet Coach member and you'd like me to include anything in next week's class, drop me a message. Thanks for watching and see you next week. Bye.